Bam! Welcome to the Flicking Game Guys video podcast / audio podcast. I haven't uploaded to Spotify for a minute. I need to do that, you guys. We're behind a couple episodes on there. Marco, you look a little different today. Say that again?
I said I went white, everybody. I'm trying out the other side.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome. No, so I'm David. We got Brian over here. Bloos is a dude that goes by the name of Trumos _ on Twitch. It's a good man. Marco was not able to record this week, so we called in our good friend here and made him select the movie that he's been actually bothering us to watch for a minute. So
since the beginning.
Honestly, so it's all right. But yeah, welcome. We're going to talk about some games. We're going to talk about Swiss Army Man this week. I'd never seen it before. I've been wanting to for a long time. So, this, as many movies for this podcast, this is my excuse to actually finally watch said movies. So, thank goodness for you, Trumos.
Takes me to step in and do it. I get it. Anytime, Shred. Anytime.
So, yeah. You can contact us by email at fngameguys. That's the letters fngameguys@gmail.com. Send us questions or comments. We'll work them into the show and have some fun. So send us your content. We'll edit it in.
Have we actually gotten any emails not from you, Trumos?
Not from Trumos.
And now that I'm in the episode, I'm sorry, guys, if we're not getting an email this week.
Fuck!
I'll do one anyway. I'll shit on myself. It'll be great.
Yeah. So, what's up, guys? What's new in the gaming world for you guys? Huh? What are you playing? Trumos, let's start with you.
Well, since I stream so often, and, it's really hard to differentiate from all my streams, the only thing I've really been playing lately, as I'm sure we've talked about it, The Cult of the Lamb. God damn, is that game absolutely fantastic.
I want to pick that up. Is it really that fun?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I bought it on a whim because I heard Shred was playing it and he was enjoying it, and I was like, "There's no way it looks that good," and it is fucking fantastic for real. Yeah,
it's one of my friends on, one of the viewers on my channel. We all know Snotrag, good friend. Yeah, he gifted it to us to me and Nero, and yeah, it's like. I don't want to steal your thunder, Trumos, but I gotta say my part on the game a little bit. So,
please.
People compare it to Animal Crossing mixed with like Hades, and I get both. I get both comparisons. The combat is not as deep or interesting as Hades. It's pretty basic, but it's tight. It's snappy. It's fun. The art style is great. Honestly, the combat feels like Castle Crashers. Did you ever play that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't. I've never played it, but.
The game from Behemoth. They did like Alien Hominid, Castle Crashers, and a couple other. Battle Block Theater was really good.
That's a great.
Yeah, cartoony. Yeah, the combat's great. Simple but great. It's fun, and the Animal Crossing aspects are very quick and snappy too. Like you're back at your camp after going through a dungeon. And the game slowly works in like a multitude of things for you to take care of. Unlike Animal Crossing, where it's like you do this thing for 5 hours and then you do it and move. It's like you don't take your time when you're at camp. There's no time where you're just standing there like, what am I going to do? Because there's all these things to take care of. And once there's a day-night cycle that's pretty fast too. So like you're always doing something at camp. And it's always interesting because, you can... It has Twitch integration, right? So when you go to recruit a new cult member, anybody in your chat can take part in this raffle and they can become your new follower. And the name in the game becomes their Twitch name. So we had Proc. Proc won the raffle, and his character immediately was dissenting and preaching against me and trying to convince all my followers to like leave the camp. Like, this guy's bullshit, and his like he's got this like makeshift megaphone. His eyes are crazy and red, just wandering around talking to people, and we're like, we got to take care of this fucker. And we finally got the ability to created.
Imprison 'em.
Yeah, imprison them, and
You put him in jail.
yeah, it's basically just what's it called? They're like shackles, like the
I thought it was like a stockade or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stockade.
So you put him in there, and just so he can think about what he's done, and he can't communicate with the rest of your people that way. And you go up to him once a day, and like I forget the term in the game for it, but you basically try to
brainwash him or something.
try to convert him back, and it happens slowly. So you got to wait multiple days and do it every day. So eventually, okay, he turned around, he's fine. We let him out. And within a day, he's fucking preaching against me again, you know.
Sacrifice.
Fucking proc. So I think we ended up sacrificing him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And each follower has a trait. So, like, you know, some people are, like, scared of sacrificing. Some people are all for it. So, you know, if you sacrifice somebody and somebody agrees with sacrifice, then they'll like their faith will increase towards you. And, you know, if they're against it and scared of it, or like against the principle of it, then their faith will go down if you sacrifice somebody. So there's always this give and take. You know, I might do this thing, but it might fuck up somebody's opinion of me here. But this game's awesome. It's
so good.
Yeah, I gotta pick that up. It's
Yeah.
just been my backlog is like
It's
1,000
never
games.
You got to just remember the backlog will never end. It will
Yeah.
always be there. Just get something you want.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
either don't buy games at all, or just
True.
keep increasing your backlog.
I have like 400 games on my PC right now, and I played maybe 300 of them. You know.
You played 300. I have like 600 in Steam alone, and I've played maybe less than 100 of them.
I don't know. I got so many fucking games. I'm looking at it right
Well,
now.
I got my Steam Deck plugged for Steam.
Did you get it?
I mean, it shipped out. Yes, what's today? The 28th. It shipped out yesterday.
Which one did you get?
The big one. Shred convinced me. I got the middle one, and he's like, "Why would you spend that much money and not get the larger one?" I'm like, "Fuck, you're right." So I canceled it and bought the big one.
Yeah.
That's $649.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not cheap.
Yeah.
One shot too.
I reserved one a long time ago too, same time Turmos did, just in case I wanted it when it was actually available. It was one of those things where it's like, this will never happen. It'll be so far in the future. But yeah, like Turmos, I got my email, and so yeah, mine should show up tomorrow.
No shit.
Oh damn!
I'm
So-
hoping. Yeah, it shipped out yesterday, so it can't be coming from that far. At least I'm hoping not. At least tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm assuming.
Yeah, check your tracking info, because probably don't want that shit sitting in your porch for too long.
That's a good point. Actually, I gotta tell Skies about that to make sure she
Yeah.
brings that shit inside.
Now, how are you gonna stop
Yeah.
your kids from touching it?
I have a Switch, so the Switch is now the children's, and I have the Steam Deck.
There you go.
That's how it works.
Excellent.
I mean, until they start smashing the Switch, which it, they're done with it. They just throw it on the ground. My 2-year-old loves to do it. So until that's broken, but I'll have my Steam Deck like upstairs in my bedroom hidden, so they can't fuck with
Right.
it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
right.
Can't have them do it.
Yeah, I'm getting one for sure, but
I was
don't know.
looking.
It's a lot of money.
It is,
Tough,
yeah.
actually.
Pre-orders, like, since mine went through, I can like check the pre-order time estimation on the site now, and it's showing like late this year if you order it now. So it's not.
Oh, it's
not,
like December?
yeah, like Q4 2022.
Caught up a lot on their backlog of just trying to ship them out. So
Mhm.
when we pre-ordered it, it was around October of this year. So I'm getting it. Well, we're getting it a couple months early, and I pre-ordered it a year beforehand.
Yeah.
Right.
So now they've caught up. They're within a couple months of it, getting it out. So.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Whatever. I'm getting one. Fuck it.
Hell yeah. Dude,
I'm
do
ex-
it. We'll all play at work.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna put so many emulators on there, and
It's going to be dope.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what I would do as well.
yeah, it's. I've been kind of researching it a lot, and it's for people who, it's for PC gamers that like to tinker with shit like that. You know, like not everything's gonna work right away on there. It's not like a Switch where every game you put on there is gonna fire up. You know, you're gonna run into some that aren't gonna work.
Sure.
But you know, if you're a PC gamer, you're kind of used to that shit anyway.
It can
And,
emulate Switch, you know.
It can. I've seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah. It can emulate probably PS2.
PS3 also, I think.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I was
Careful, he's gonna sign off right now and buy that shit right this minute.
I was watching some YouTube video about how to install emulators, and they didn't say anything about PS3, but one of the options on I forget what the software is or the download, but Steam Deck Emu or I don't know. The PS3 emulator was on there too. So,
wow.
And this is something made for the Steam Deck.
That's legit.
So yeah, it's exciting. I'm gonna
Be great.
have a hard time hitting the stream button here. I might just want to sit on my couch and play on my Steam Deck all night, every night.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, those nights I don't want to sit in front of the computer. I could just chill on the couch.
Yeah. Now, battery life, I've heard anywhere from like an hour to 6 hours, depending on what you're playing.
Yeah. It's gonna drain quick, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep
Get those double A's, folks.
double A.
Imagine it took double A's.
Like the Sega Game Gear or some shit. You get like 8 freaking AA batteries.
Yeah. I have a Game Gear.
That was the worst.
I have one too.
Yeah.
They just kill batteries all the time.
Actually,
you guys were rich kids, huh?
No, I never actually got to play it. One of my old roommates had it, and when we kind of went our separate ways, he's like, I got this Game Gear, with like 12 games. I'm like, sure, I'll take it. I was all excited, like, I finally get to check out Game Gear. I know it's not going to be amazing, but I went to fire it up, and it doesn't work. So,
He got you.
yeah.
Son of a bitch.
He knew.
Ran off for your $5. That bastard.
It's like, you got these old guys, friends of my dad's growing up, they'd always have this junk car in the garage or in the yard. They're like, one day I'll fix that up. This is my version of it. One day, maybe I will get this Game Gear to work. But
Just like all those movies you're going to catch up on.
yeah.
Well, we're working through that, at least.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, with Shallow Hal and The Ringer, you're really catching up on that backlog of movies.
He owns Shallow Hal.
I own it,
know.
yeah.
It's embarrassing. I really don't know what to say about that.
I've been begging him to break it. but
Guy's
he
never
won't do
seen
it.
fucking Spinal Tap, but he owns Shallow Hal. It's unreal. I don't understand.
I explained it already. All right, it was a Blockbuster purchase, used DVD, $5. I was in there, going through all their cheap DVDs, and it was a Jack Black movie, and I thought it had to be good, but can't always be
You
right.
thought wrong.
Yeah, I was about
I think I gave it a 2 out of 10.
very high.
Remember?
Really
That's
high.
generous. Damn, Teremos, you been playing anything else, or just Cult?
What if... I don't think I really have been playing it. Oh, the developers of Grim Dawn came out with a medieval world city builder called Farthest Frontier, and it is really enjoyable. That was what I was playing before Cult of the Lamb. So it's your typical, you build farmland, houses, you mine stuff, you kill animals. It's very entertaining. And I think it's still early access, and it's still got a lot involved in it.
Okay, I'm interested now because I really like Grim Dawn, and
It's the only reason why I bought it, because of them. I was like, they're a good developer, so I trust it, and
Yeah.
I really do enjoy the game. It's awesome.
It's not the same developer, but it's one of the guys from the team of Titan Quest or something like that. I feel like I should research this so I can talk more intelligently about it. But it has ties to Titan Quest, which was sort of when it came out on PC, like
Diablo.
kind of a Diablo clone / killer almost. Like people really liked it, respected it. I played through Titan Quest; it was fucking awesome. And then Grim Dawn, like
I played it.
it's good. Like it's a little boring, I can't lie. It's like it took me about 60 hours to like go through the entire content of just the base game. That's without touching the DLC that came out. And it got picked up by THQ Nordic, right? And they've in the past 4 or 5 years released like 3 more DLC expansions
Probably
for it.
20 to 30 hours per, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's probably like easily a 200-hour game if you're going to go through everything that's out for it now. But yeah, Grim Dawn's awesome. So I'm interested in this game now you're talking about, Teremos.
If you like just city builders, it's back in where we didn't work that hard, right, Crumb? And and we didn't do long hours, so it's just it's really calm and relaxing. It's fun. like I said, I don't have much more to say. If you're into city building, it's fucking dope.
I can't say I am, but I've always been intrigued by those games, and I've played some of them, just a little bit each, and somebody's
You got to
peeking
play
around the
more
corner.
cities.
City Skylines, yeah, I tried some of that. I think it's once I get the UI and understand what I need to do, I know it'll be fun.
It is a huge learning curve at first, and
Yeah.
even when you leave it alone for a little bit and come back to it, it still takes me like an hour just to remember what the hell I'm doing, and then
Yeah.
it becomes the fun, enjoyable game that it is.
Yeah. It's just like I rarely have days now where I can dedicate an entire afternoon or evening sitting in my PC learning this complex new game. So I feel like when I game now, it's stuff I'm comfortable with. Like I can just fire it up, even if it's like a new RPG I've never played before. Like I get those mechanics, I understand that. So there's still some stuff to learn, but it's not like, God, learning an UI in like a city builder like that is a daunting task.
It is. It's very overwhelming.
Compared to
So-
like Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, though, it's very simple in comparison
Oh
to
yeah,
some
I
of the other
played
games
Planet
out there.
Zoo and it's bananas. What you can do. It still takes me hours, and I've been playing forever, and I'm like, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, I've been
Mm.
really trying to learn that game, but
It's so difficult. I like
It's
putting
pretty
stuff
tough.
down, things don't work, and I'm like, I don't understand. It's so crazy. Very in depth.
yeah, that game is.
My kid's just like, I want to see the damn animals already. I'm like, I'm trying. It's so hard.
I can't build roads.
Right, where do I put them? I can't. It's not letting me. They're running around the streets.
I know.
Goddamn kids. So, yeah, that's what I've been playing. So those
Nice.
2 games when I actually sit down at this computer and fire up a game.
Hmm.
Which is
So-
rare nowadays.
Very, very rare.
Well, summer's almost over. You'll be back to a slower schedule, right, in the winter, or no?
In between summer, the fall, it will be slow, and then we pick up again in winter because we get no heat calls. So
Right. True.
it will slow down for a while, hopefully.
Right. Yeah, I hope so for you.
I know it's been wild.
Yeah.
This summer has been quite the sweaty one.
I bet.
I think it's hotter than ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hot. It's brutal.
It's been terrible. I was out last
David's
night,
at a little computer,
pouring.
typing away.
Yeah, in the
His
nice
rap
air
was like
conditioner room.
listening.
I was actually on. I have a little sunroom that has a balcony on top of it. Getting some water in there. So I was on the roof for about 2 hours yesterday with my dad trying to fix things, and even that 2 hours and it was like 80 degrees maybe. I was done. It's like I can't imagine doing this all day. No thanks.
I'll
On a
multiply that by 5.
On a
Yeah.
black roof where you're just on your knees, just getting bombarded with heat and hot metal things. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's life.
I'd rather watch Shallow Hal again. Come on.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I would too.
Yeah, I agree. What are you playing, Dave?
Ooh, well, Call to the Lamb, which we already talked about. Yeah, me and Nicole have been going through that on stream. We're trying to just stick to streaming it on weekends because that's the only time Snarag's available now, and I feel kind of bad since he gifted it to us, streaming it through the week when he can't take part. But yeah, also, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 just came out, and I got the remaster on Switch of the first one over a year ago, and been chipping away at it here and there over time, but the past week or so I've been pretty much playing that in my free time. Trying to get through the first one. I don't know if I want to play 2. I do, but I hear 3 is so good, I might just skip to 3. So,
I didn't care for the combat in those games.
really?
Yeah,
I enjoy the combat.
it's like a fake MMO style combat. It's like
Them are just the second or third.
I think they all have the same fighting. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I hear they're similar anyway. 2 and then 3, things get a little more complex. From what I hear, you're keeping track of 3 or 4 things on the screen at once. But they're the kind of games they don't really open up combat-wise until you're 20 or 30 hours in, and that's when things get really interesting from what I hear. But
I've played 2,
did you? Okay.
but the main character has a Scottish accent, and I couldn't fucking handle it, so I dropped the game. Also, it has this gotcha system where you have to like buy your party members like through a roulette. You get these like coins and you buy like there's like unlimited waifus in it, like big booted waifus, and
Really?
like so you put like money into the machine and then you get like a random party member. You like collect all the babes basically.
Really? For two?
Yeah, and two.
Through a slot machine.
Yeah, through a
That's-
slot machine.
That's interesting. Well, one is not
Mhm.
like that at all. I mean, they're individual, unique party members that each have their own like story. I don't know. I think one's pretty great. The music is fantastic for one thing. I just like running around big grassy fields like fighting monsters.
Right. Yeah,
you know,
I'm down.
yeah. So, but it's a big ass game. After my Steam Deck comes, it's probably gonna get shelved for a little while longer. So, yeah. But yeah. That's pretty much it. Xenoblade, Animal Crossing on stream Wednesdays with Nicole, and then Cult of the Lamb. So tomorrow night though, Steam Deck. Who knows what's gonna happen?
You gonna unbox it on stream?
You know, I've thought about that, but then it's like, if I unbox this fucker, I'm gonna just want to play it. Like, I can't be on stream fiddling with my Steam Deck.
Why not?
And I can't just open my Steam Deck on stream and just be like, okay, I'll put this over here. Let's play, whatever. Oh, actually, we finished Final Fantasy IX on stream recently, so we're done with that.
But
We're going back to 7. What do you
We're
mean,
going-
but? There's no but.
We're going to 7 next, yeah. I guess it wouldn't be all bad to set aside the Steam Deck for like a couple hours to play 7, because Nicole's never experienced it.
Are you prepared to admit your shame now?
My shame, what do you mean?
You cheated.
Oh, I did cheat, yeah. No.
What?
Here's the thing. I've played through
Oh,
that
no.
I've played through that game twice, all right? On my own, no cheat guides, no nothing. And this is Nicole's first Final Fantasy, and
She was done hour 4.
we just kind of wanted to get through the content. I just wanted her to experience the story. And we did do most of the boss fights without cheating, all right? But yeah, the last couple hours we just kind of cranked everything up to 11 and fucking plowed through it. So but 7 we're not cheating at all. We're doing OG, like I'm getting my PlayStation discs out. We're probably gonna, I was hoping to use my PS1 to play it, but I don't think I have an adapter that'll work with the Elgato, so I might just use my PS3, which same difference.
So none of the new age, like the 17 remastered Final Fantasy 7. You're doing the legit OG. Final Fantasy 7.
OG, yeah.
It's a great game.
So
I mean, I've played it when I was younger. I have a new remastered, like when they just put it on Steam first. I had played like 5 minutes of it, and then I see like they've redone it like 700 times, and I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of done with it. But
Yeah, they just
I would love
re-released
to
it a
watch
billion
someone
times.
play like the OG version of it that I remember so fondly as a kid.
yeah, as a kid, oh my god, I was fucking.
Well, I mean, I was a
fucking-
teenager, let's be honest, but look
I
at
was
me.
12
I have
when it
gray-
came out.
I have gray hair.
Oh my
No.
god,
1997.
Shit, bro, I was
I was in 6th grade.
I was
14.
19. Damn, Brian, you need to get some gray hair on you, man.
Nah.
I know.
Have more kids. Get more stress in your life.
Drink some of that radiated water up there in New York, please. Good lord, come on.
I've been drinking it.
Bathe in it. Do something.
All the water's irradiated here. It's all
Oh, I know.
poisoned from the Grumman factory.
I live right next door to it. I know all about it.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, they had to shut towers down when we would live there. It was so bad.
Well,
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm fine.
yeah.
Maybe I'll get a positive mutation. That's possible,
There
right?
you go.
Sure.
Maybe you'll have magical farts, and somebody can use you as a jet ski.
Oh my god.
Who
please,
knows?
If only that was possible.
Mm.
It has to
Nah.
be Daniel Radcliffe though.
Yeah. Brian, are you playing anything else? Anything
Not
going on there?
really. I'm just playing Dead by Daylight.
Mhm.
I haven't played anything new. I'm just really cracking out on that game. I played the new Diablo season that came out on Friday, but it's the same exact shit
For Diablo
Oh.
4?
for Diablo 3.
3.
3.
So they have these things called seasons. So every few, I guess, months, they start like with you start at level 1. It's got a new like special mechanic in the game. So in this one, you can turn one legendary item that you have into like a perfect item, and add like a crazy ability onto it. So that's like this league's like mechanic. I also there's not really much to say about it. I also tried the new Path of Exile season, but I haven't gotten to play too much. I've just been cracking out on Dead by Daylight, basically. And that's it. I mean, I really haven't been playing anything. I'm waiting for Wesker for Dead by Daylight comes out on Tuesday. And I'm playing WoW, Wrath of the Lich King.
Oh, are you?
That came out?
It's coming out on it's coming out on Tuesday. So
for WoW Classic,
so I'm gonna Classic
Crazy.
Wrath. I'm starting on a fresh server, level 1 with a bunch of people, and I'm gonna attempt to hit the max level. We'll see. Everyone's talking big right now, but when you're in 4 days in and you're only level 40, we'll see how everyone feels then, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, I gotta
until in the middle of it.
Wrath is the best WoW expansion though, so I am excited for that because this is the best one.
That's
Did that
what I
come out
heard.
before or after Burning Crusade? I don't remember.
It's the one directly after Burning Crusade, so it was
Okay. So Burning
things
Crusade
are
came out
great.
first, though, right? That was the first DLC.
Burning Crusade was the first expansion,
Okay.
and that was like straight fire. And then Wrath came out, and it was like burning hot. WoW was so fucking good at that time, and that's when it started to all go downhill.
So after that was
Now-
Cataclysm, right?
Yeah, Cataclysm. They redid the whole fucking world, which is fine, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's when shit got out of control.
See, that's where I hopped in, was after Cataclysm.
You missed the beginning?
Yeah, and I didn't stick with it. I didn't. It wasn't my jam. But I don't even think I got to the Burning Crusade content. Like, obviously, a little bit of Cataclysm because they changed the world so much, so you see the effects of that. But yeah, as far as mainline story stuff goes, I might have touched the beginning of Burning Crusade, but yeah, I didn't get very far.
Yeah,
So
Burning Crusade was amazing. It was incredible time in my life. I met a lot of people. Like, that's basically how I met you, David.
yeah,
Because that's when I met Pengomon
yeah.
in fucking 2007 or whatever.
That's nuts. If it weren't for that,
Yeah.
well, if it weren't for Pengo, neither of us would know each other right now.
Right.
Because I didn't start streaming. I started streaming because Pengo recommended me that I try it. So
You good egg.
Wow.
shout out
little
to
thing.
Pengo. Yeah, I know, right?
Iman. So yeah, WoW. I mean, it's incredible. So I am down to play it, but we'll see how these other kids fare when it's like everyone's talking big, but like
Yeah. Has the
quite a
rest
bit of grinding.
Has the rest of the group like been with WoW for a while too?
Yeah,
Okay.
they play WoW. I mean, I still play Shadowlands, but it's absolute garbage, and I fucking hate it. But sometimes I need something on in the background to just mindlessly fucking click.
Yeah.
But the new expansion also looks terrible. I'm gonna get it. Looks Dragonflight. It's called. It looks absolutely fucking horrible. What was that, T?
Worse than Pandaria?
I would say similar levels of horribleness. It looks absolutely terrible. But they're bringing back the talent system, which is cool, like the talent trees. And
Weird that
I
they got
mean,
rid of that to begin with. I don't know why they did that.
they made a much more simplified version of it. It's basically like 8 choices.
For all the
But-
new people trying to come in, is that why? Try to simplify.
So what
it?
happened was, we were at 110 levels, right? So at that point, everyone's like, you're only getting fucking talent point every 30 levels. I mean, you're still getting your abilities and shit, but like these talents, like usually get 1 point every level up to 60. So now they squashed the levels. Everyone's level 70 now. Again. So they squished everything, so you get more stuff. Like, you don't have to wait 30 levels to get a fucking talent point. But still, it's not so great. And there's no, like, you can't really customize your guy anymore, but now, hopefully, that'll be a little more interesting. Everyone just does the same cookie-cutter builds. But, in Wrath, you can do some pretty crazy shit, off-the-wall stuff, and it's most of the time functional, like damaging Holy Paladin, that kind of thing. Weird shit. So, I'm
So
excited.
many new characters involved. How are they involving that in Wrath of the Lich King, or are they not?
They're not.
So, it's all
It's
from Classic. They're going down the path.
Yep, it's exactly how it was, but they did take out the dungeon finder. So like you used to be able to queue up just like as a damage dealer, wait in line, and then it would form a party for you. They're taking that out, which I don't like, obviously, because most of the time I was playing solo.
Right. Wasn't
Or
that in
else you-
Classic though, where you had to find people before you did the dungeon finder?
Yeah.
That's why I fucking hated it.
Then you got to go there and you got to summon them.
Right.
Two people,
What a
three people
goddamn-
have to touch the stone, and you summon the next person.
Yeah,
But
fucking animal.
I like the dungeon finder. I thought that's a good addition, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, Wesker, I'm excited for, and that's basically about it. I don't really have any upcoming games that I'm like hyped for. Just waiting.
Anything new
Cult of
coming
the
out?
Lamb.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit for the hype to die down.
Never. You're crazy.
Well, let me explain why my thoughts behind that.
Here we go. Hold on.
The reason why I don't want to play it right
Buckle
now
up.
is because if I play it on stream, I will be on the third 3,000th page, for Cult of the Lamb. I'll just wait a little bit, and then I'll just be on the 100th page instead.
So 103,000. What's the difference? I'm just trying to figure
I
it out.
don't know.
They're
but
all
it's-
clicking on the first 3 fucking people anyway. What the hell does it
Yeah.
matter?
I know, but it increases the chance a little bit, right?
I know. I'm messing with you, but I get it. Trust me, I understand.
But
Better to be on
yeah,
100, but
I mean, I could wait to play the game. I'm not really missing out. I'll play it eventually.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
I
pick
said,
it up. Pick it up on
got
sale or
WoW.
something.
I got WoW. I got Wesker coming out. I mean, how many games am I going to be juggling at once?
as
Fucking
all of them-
MMO and a never-ending grind game of Dead by Daylight. So
Come on, the MMO doesn't count. Fucking WoW. Come on, that doesn't really count. Let's be honest. It's the other games that count.
yeah,
Are you gonna stream WoW for real, or are you just gonna play it in your spare time?
I probably will stream that game on Wednesdays. So my schedule now is Monday and Friday I do Dead by Daylight sweat mode, and then Wednesday I just do whatever the fuck I want and let my ADHD take over.
Are you
So, like,
sticking
last
with
week-
this schedule forever? Or are you going
Uh,
back when school time starts? Are you going back to your old schedule?
I think I'm just gonna stick with this for now. I'm not gonna do 6 days anymore. That was crazy. Did that for a year.
This is a
Never
lot.
again.
Couldn't believe it.
Too much.
Yeah.
It's better this way. Too much crumb sometimes, makes your tummy hurt. Let's just
You gotta
put it
make
that
him
way.
You gotta make him starve him a little bit. They're gonna be like,
You can't be too available.
Yeah.
That's right. Do what I do. Stream once every 6 months. It's amazing. The
Yeah.
amount of views I get is incredible.
Yeah, I know. You had a lot of people in there.
Because I never stream. So when I do it, it's a fucking event. You got to come in. Who knows what I'm gonna do?
You're right.
Just saying. Don't stream as little as me, but
I'll stick to this sketch for now. It's working
That's
out
good.
for me.
it's good sketch. I just wasn't sure because I know you changed it for summer. I wasn't
Right.
sure if you were going back to the old one.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna continue on this path of 3 days. It's better for me, my mental health, and everybody else.
Yeah. It's
Good
about
for my
what,
mental health too.
it's about what we do. Is about 3 days a week. It's kind of nice. We don't have set nights or anything, but
Yeah, 6 days was brutal. That
We're-
was insane. What the fuck was I thinking?
yeah, I went through that period where I streamed a shit ton, and yeah, it takes its toll. So a few nights a week is pretty good. Hopefully, we're trying to work out a schedule like later this year, after our trip, because we're going to Utah for a couple weeks.
Coming to Mormon. Excited.
What the
for
hell are you
guys.
Yeah.
doing in Utah?
Her son's getting married, so we're gonna go out there
Oh, okay, word.
for the wedding. Gonna go to Disneyland. Gonna maybe go to Vegas for a day.
Oh
Definitely Vegas.
shit!
It's gonna be an epic.
You visiting the
trip.
ranch?
What
No,
ranch?
they're gonna get married. They're gonna get married by Elvis.
What do you mean? What ranch?
There's only one good ranch out there, Shred.
What ranch?
Funny Ranch, bro.
Oh, is that out there? I don't know. I had no idea where the fuck it is.
Oh yeah,
In
you
the
didn't.
in the Sin City? Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, probably not gonna stop by there. Who knows though? Who knows?
Y'all can both go.
Yep.
I'm sure they'd be accommodating.
Yeah.
Something there for everybody.
So this movie we're gonna talk about it's chosen by Turmos. I have no good segue into this, but I feel like we should get to it. Swiss Army Man.
What a gem.
What a gem.
I'm just glad you guys finally saw it. Was this your guys' first seeing of it, or have you seen it before?
First time. Yeah.
Same. I have not seen this movie.
See, this is what I wanted to bring to the podcast for you guys, is watch movies that, yeah, we've all seen Mad Max. It's incredible. Let's watch something that you guys haven't seen. Why not a dead corpse farting across an ocean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think. Well, in my defense of Mad Max, I don't think Herbal saw that movie.
No, he hadn't. He hadn't.
But he loved it.
No, I know he hasn't, but I'm just saying, it's like, that right there is crazy to me. Putting the ringer up and he hasn't seen Mad Max. It's just, none of it makes sense.
Yeah, well, he likes to pick movies to torture us with, so.
It's working.
Yeah. I mean,
And to him,
gonna
to him, Swiss Army Man was torture for him to watch, and so luckily for him, he's out this week. So, 2016, directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, I think it says, who are responsible for Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a movie. Which is
We should do that one.
Yeah, definitely a movie we should do. Like sooner than later, maybe. So we're kind of skipping Marco's pick, and we're gonna do that next, which is Jennifer's Body. So sorry everyone for tuning in, hoping to see Jennifer's Body, because that's what we announced last episode. So we'll be getting to that next episode. After that,
To rip that movie apart.
yeah,
I'm upset about it.
Shit on it.
Really upset about it.
Sneak preview. I'm gonna shit on it. Anyway, back to Swiss Army Man.
yeah.
Which he's gonna shit on as well. Hold on.
No. I'm not gonna shit on it.
Daniel Radcliffe, Paul Dano, Mary Elizabeth, what's her face?
Weinstein.
Yeah, she's pretty great. I didn't realize she was in it at all.
Very surprising they put her in this movie. It's
She's
like,
only
why
in it
not?
for 5 minutes, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's her picture for most of it, but
Yeah.
it's a nice paycheck for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dano is supposedly stranded on an island. I question how much is real life and how much is just Dano sort of dying and imagining all of this, so he's hanging himself in front of a cave, and Dana Radcliffe's body washes up on shore, and they end up becoming best friends and going on this epic journey full of laughs and farts and music and boners.
I forgot about that part too. All of it, I just remembered. I was like, God, this is a very weird.
It's surreal. I knew it was going to be surreal and weird right when, Dano is going out to the body for the second time, and he starts singing, and hops on the body, and Radcliffe's farting away, and they're just zooming across the ocean. It's like the inclusion of music in this movie was nice. It made it seem like a dream.
Right.
Which is why I think, Dano's character was, Hank, was just fantasizing all of this as he dies. I could be wrong. I need to look up some more info on
I was thinking the same. That
theories, yeah.
originally he hung himself and he did die, and he was slowly, his brain was, shutting down, and this fantastical journey was all part of him slowly dying.
Yeah.
Because the end is just so ridiculous, where they're all like, what the fuck? They're all watching Radcliffe just,
Yeah. At the end, he's...
None of that happened, right?
I don't think
they
so.
all saw it. I mean, well, you mean in the story for him?
Yeah.
No, it's all happened in his head is how I look at it. Bro.
Let's just call it what it is. He was a literal stalker psychopath living on the side of the highway the whole time, right? That's what I took from it.
Yeah,
he literally was stalking this person,
Yes.
living
Yeah.
in the behind our house
Right.
the whole time.
Yeah, so not stranded on an island, just delusional, and I think he obviously had some problems, was obsessed with this girl, and didn't think very highly of himself, thought he was useless. Radcliffe's character, Manny, is, definitely supposed to represent Dano's character. They're one and the same.
Right.
And so when Radcliffe actually comes to life, Dano's teaching him things Radcliffe's Manny doesn't know shit about the world. Oh, this is poop. this is love or whatever, and tries to teach him the basics of living and what is expected out of you and what you should expect out of life, the yada yada. And I think this is him rationalizing in his brain, trying to make sense of his loneliness and his overall rejection by society, if that makes sense.
He's a loser.
He's a loser.
Yeah. Well, they use the R word in the movie, but yes, he is kind of outcasted, shit on by his father.
Listen, I get it. This is like a representation and a manifestation of his mental illness. Like, he's got severe problems. He's legitimately troubled, and I get all that. But honestly, to me, I thought the movie was pretty boring. Gotta be honest.
Boring.
I also didn't laugh once.
Are you kidding me? When he put the cork inside Daniel Radcliffe, you didn't chuckle?
No. The only time I did a little chuckle is when he's like, "You're a freak," but he's like, "I sit alone on the bus."
Oh yeah.
That was it. He's just like, "You're a freak then." Right. I don't know. It's not like, I understand that it's got a good positive message in it, and you should always accept who you are, despite your flaws. Blah blah blah. It just, for me, it didn't really hit the mark. I understand that the point of the movie, but I almost put it in 2.5 times speed.
Damn.
During the bus, during the bus part.
Yeah.
I almost fast forwarded, but I can't do that. I wanted to legitimately watch it so I could review it. So
there are some slogging moments.
I was a little bit bored in the middle there, just when he's dressing like the woman and I couldn't enjoy it.
To recreate it.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Trying to tell Manny that it was his life. You got to remember who she is. It's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's absolutely fucking batshit insane.
Yeah.
He's so fucking crazy.
Very.
And definitely at the end, he's going to an insane asylum for the rest of his life.
They realized that this guy tried to ride a corpse in the ocean again, and they were like, "This dude can't be around people." That's why they were arresting him.
Yeah.
On the beach.
But none of it happened. So he's literally probably hanging dead in front of a cave by the water. I
don't think that he died. Truly, I do think that last part was real.
Where Daniel Radcliffe rode off into the sunset?
Meaning that when the cops came and he was outside her house, I think that Manny was not even real at all. Okay? Manny was just a delusion. I know they showed him on the stretcher and shit like that, but I think that was just all in his head. And then when they looked through his cell phone, she was so disturbed and disgusted. I think at that point they were already taking him in the fucking paddy wagon to the fucking nut house. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And then he dreamed up that he escaped with
Manny
back down to the water.
Well, yeah, maybe maybe he did run away, and then they saw all his crazy fucking shit he was living in the fucking woods there. I did think it was weird during the movie that he was finding all that trash. So I'm like, this is a little bit strange.
Right.
Well, I did think that all that trash meant that he was close to civilization the whole time.
Yeah.
I think he was living outside this person's house, fucking creeping on them for a while.
Yeah.
For a very long time.
I don't think the shit with the bear happened either, at all.
Probably
Hard
not.
to say.
Because he wasn't injured.
Yeah.
That shit was mangled his fucking leg.
I mean, he almost chewed it off.
Yeah, his leg got destroyed.
And he was fine at the end. I just think, it's a representation of his suffering and all that kind of stuff. But it just wasn't. I didn't know what I expected. I guess I knew that it was going to be silly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like feel-good movies, bro.
It wasn't really a feel-good movie.
I don't think it was a feel-good movie either. No, I think it was pretty sad.
He learned to accept himself.
Yeah, in the worst way fucking possible.
Yeah.
It was very sad. I do agree on that. But it has a happy ending as he gets carted away into the madhouse.
He gets carted away to an asylum that no one's ever going to look at him again.
Yeah.
He is never seen again.
God, if that's your version of happy, what's your version of sad? Jesus.
I can only imagine.
The Road.
The road. That's happy. That's the happy ending.
Oh my god.
Have you seen that movie, The Road?
It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks great too.
Now that's a fucking depressing movie.
So, yeah, it's brutal.
Except for that one funny part. Remember that funny part in The Road? Oh wait, there is no funny part. No, it's just awful.
I was gonna go. Wait, hold on one second. Why don't you explain it to me, you creep?
But yeah, I mean, the movie was fine. I think it was well directed. The acting was great. I just like that whole middle chunk. I just couldn't.
Went on for a while.
It did go on for a
It was
while.
also too long. It was also too long, even though the movie's only an hour and a half. I think
Yeah.
pretty short.
They spent a lot of time with Dano and Radcliffe, like fantasizing about finding the perfect love, and that's when Dano was dressing up as Sarah, basically, and
That's right,
trying to court himself. I thought it was kind of sweet, like he had this romanticized version of reality in his head and how things should go, and I felt bad because it's not going to work out that way. It's never going to work out that way, and there's just this sense of longing and like something important is missing from his life. So I felt really bad for him, but it was the way it was presented. I thought was fascinating. He kind of Gilligan's Island, like all this stuff together, like the bus and all these contraptions to make these various scenarios play out. So
that was
while
cool.
using Daniel Radcliffe as the hammer.
And I like that they didn't spend 5 minutes on Dano going, "Oh my god, I can use him as a hammer.
Right.
I can do
Just
all."
did it.
Yeah, it's just there's a scene where he's shoving a stake down his throat, and giving the Heimlich, and it like shoots up, and they start climbing a cliff together. Like they don't bother.
Doing flips and breaking wood. He sparks fire, and he's like, or he claps his hands and sparks come. He's like, "Yeah, we're just gonna do this." It's no explanation.
I did think it was a lot of the ways they used him was ingenious. I like when he made him a gun and like he was blasting shit,
blasting animals so they could eat that feast while he was Sarah across from him. It was just.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird movie.
Yeah.
I can respect the weirdness, and they really went all out on it.
Yeah,
they didn't flinch.
They didn't pull back, which was nice. They just went full on with it, and even ended it on a strange note. And it was just the whole thing. I was like, this movie is something to watch. Can't miss it.
It is. Yeah. They don't spoon feed you everything. It's. I don't want to sit here and be like, this is a movie for smart people, but it's a movie for people that like just something fucking different. I don't want to watch another MCU movie. I don't want to watch another romantic comedy. Like, this has superpowers. This has romance.
You want to experience for an hour and a half? You sit down and watch Swiss Army Man. Trust me.
Yeah.
You'll have your mouth open by the end, going, "What the fuck did I just sit through?"
I think in this, I don't think they could even make this movie today. To be honest, even though it wasn't made that long ago.
You don't think so?
The reason why is I saw an interview with Matt Damon on Hot Wings or whatever it is, where that show where they eat fucking buffalo wings and shit.
Yeah.
And he's just talking about how you can make a smaller movie, like let's say cost $50 million to make the movie. You got to put another 50 for advertising, right? So it's $100 million. So to make a smaller movie like this, it would cost $100 million, let's say. To make that back in the theaters is like a huge gamble because there's no DVD sales now. So they would make part of the money on the DVD sales. But now since everything's streaming, you have to really have a sure thing, and you really can't gamble. And that's why we don't get like romantic comedies in theaters anymore or smaller movies anymore, because they need to make, $100 million minimum. Meanwhile, if this movie came out today, no one's gonna fucking see this movie in theaters.
But don't streaming services, they sell whatever company, A24 I think is the producer of the there she is right there. Don't they
there's a check mark box when I'm uploading on YouTube, like, is there kids in this video? Now I'm gonna have to check a yes.
No, that's true? It's a phantasm. It's a ghoul. It's a ghost.
But don't they get money, those companies, because they go onto streaming services? So I'm sure they have to get
I don't
whatever
think
their
it's
contracts are.
I don't think it's the same kind of residuals or turnaround as actual physical DVD sales, though.
But does it count on clicks? Like, people watch it on Hulu.
Right.
If they get a certain amount of clicks, does that mean they get more? Like, I don't know
I'm
how
not
it
sure.
works.
I don't think so. It's probably a one-time fee.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like
a Yeah.
licensing
Makes more
fee.
sense.
It's
No,
that's-
sweetie, give me a minute. Christ.
But
I
like,
think
you know,
it's-
for example, like some shitty fucking little movie, like, you know, back in the 90s, movies would come out and it would be
Right.
no problem. You could make whatever the fuck you wanted,
For
right?
sure, and they would also some would go straight to DVD because like all those Disney sequels,
Mhm.
you would just get those like Bambi 2 would just go straight to DVD and they would still make a shit ton of money just
Yeah.
on
Right.
those DVD sales.
Like
Or VHS
HBO, like for example, HBO Max, I get that for free because I have
Do you really?
HBO on Fios, so I get that for free.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, DM me, bro. How are you getting that shit for free?
So you know, I'm just saying, I don't see them making money off putting a movie on streaming as much as.
Probably right.
Anything
Like you
else.
said, it's probably as a whole.
It's a different world, yeah. I don't know.
Look, that's why they like look at Batwoman, or Batgirl, the movie they canceled. DC canceled that movie, right?
Isn't
Yeah.
it
They didn't really.
finished? Didn't they finish it?
The movie's finished, but they didn't do any marketing for it, so they saved half the cost of the movie. They're still gonna release Flash, which costs $200 million. They're gonna axe the shit that's cheap and save the money on advertising, so they can fucking put the Flash out because that one's like pretty much completed. But the only problem is Ezra Miller is a legitimate psycho.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like they can't make these kind of movies anymore in theaters. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, they're also never gonna get the people to go into the theaters like they used to. Also, regardless,
Fuck going to the theaters. Theaters are done.
for sure, I agree.
Why would I? You know, why would I want to go to the theater? I mean, sure, the screen is bigger, right? And a lot of movies are made to be seen in that way. But when you think about it, why wouldn't I want to watch a movie in my underwear eating fucking spaghetti on my belly? You know what I mean?
I'd spend $30 every time for new movies to sit in my living room and watch it once every
could
time
pause.
if I could. Yeah,
To get up and piss, there's nobody fucking talking. You
I
don't
could
have to
actually
get-
drink and have a beer or two and 4, and then just not worry about having to drive home.
Right.
You know what
I
mean?
just
It's
think
just
theaters
so
are
much more
absolutely
comfortable.
fucking done. The only movies they put out are big superhero movies, basically that do well.
The only thing that sells, man, nowadays.
And everyone's really tired of them. Like, you know,
Didn't-
I watch all the fucking new shows and stuff like that, and She-Hulk, horrible, not good.
It
What else
looked
did I watch?
terrible. I like her.
Moon Knight was very average.
I like the actress, yeah. But
Yeah.
I
They make her very annoying in the show, though.
It's a shame. She's a great actress.
It's very not. Listen, I don't give a shit about politics, but sometimes they really push the left wing shit too hard on it.
Mhm.
So, like, of course, there's going to be reaction, like, on the internet from the people who
On the
are
other
against
side.
that. Like a pendulum. I think that everything swung so far left. Now it's, like, coming back, and that's why we had, like, Andrew Tate and, like, all that kind of stuff, is because, like, everyone is, like, so tired of it. So that's why people like Andrew Tate are, like, successful now, because people are tired of it so forcefully shoved down your throat. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the memes, but like in the first episode of She-Hulk, right? She-Hulk's explaining how it's like how her problems are harder to deal with than Hulk's, and like Hulk had to like watch his father beat his mother to death and like all this terrible shit. He's like trapped in his own body for 2 years, prisoner, as like Hulk did whatever the fuck he wanted. And she's just explaining to him how like how hard being a woman is, and like he had nothing to say, you know? Like they wrote this scene where she's just like, I am a woman, I have to deal with way more bullshit than you. Meanwhile, he's like literally tried to kill himself but couldn't, you know?
yeah.
It's just an interesting time to see how movies and stuff are reacting to those kind of social issues, I guess. I don't know. But everyone is like what else? With that, there's a big backlash. And what was the other thing that came out that everyone was hating?
I read more that it was the CG looked ridiculous in She-Hulk than anything else.
They did fix the CG, but like everyone is just people with superhero movies. They just want it to be like the fucking comics, you know. Just make it the same as the comics. That's all people want. They don't want, you know, the people who carried these franchises to the present day right? Bought the comics, bought the figures, did this, loved Marvel their entire lives. And then people come out and say, this is not for you anymore. And it's like, it wouldn't even be here without them,
I know, but they don't look at it that way.
It's just, it's interesting. I like to read the reactions online, and like, it show's getting review bombed and stuff. It's got like 33% 1-star reviews. She-Hulk, so it's crazy to see.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't watch anything anyway, so I'll probably never watch it.
tangent over. Swiss Army Man. My bad.
That was a good. It was a good rant. I love it.
I pulled a Marco.
Someone needed to fill his place. Yeah. Just go on a rant.
But yeah, the movie was okay. I think it's an okay movie. It was very well filmed and directed, but I think it's pretty boring. Not gonna lie. Wasn't for me.
Like I said, there were slogs here and there, especially after the bear scene. Like there were certain scenes that you're just like, all right, let's get this over with.
Yeah. And then, need more scenes of him using Radcliffe as a machine gun and killing things, right?
I want Rambo First Blood.
Yeah.
But Radcliffe's the weapon.
Danbo. Manbo.
He did it in Akimbo, right? Isn't that his other movie?
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
true.
haven't seen that one. Is that any good?
I haven't seen it either. I want to.
Twin Akimbos or whatever it's called.
I heard it was pretty good.
It can't not be. He's got guns nailed to his hands. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good movie.
Radcliffe's really choosing some out there fucking films. I guess he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He's like, I don't want to walk around at 80 years old as someone going, look, it's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He's pushing everything that he can to distance himself because he already made his $100 million from that franchise.
I respect him. I think he's a great actor.
Oh, he's great.
He's a good person, too, it seems.
It was rough at first when he was in Harry Potter, but he was a kid.
Yeah.
He's gotten way better. He's really.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't his fault. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He's terrible. In the first, 3 or 4 movies, he's absolutely fucking horrible. He's a horrible actor.
They are rough to watch. Did you guys ever watch A Young Doctor's Notebook?
It's amazing. One of my favorite shows.
Radcliffe and John Hamm.
So good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is it...
John Hamm's the older version of Radcliffe. Radcliffe's the younger version.
Yeah.
And they go to Russia, and he's a doctor in Russia. And it is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it's
gruesome, and the sound effects are like they're sawing bones, and it sounds like they are sawing bones. It is it's a show to watch.
Yeah, it's
my attention.
Really good. I don't think I finished it. There's 2 seasons.
There's only 2. I think there's only 2.
Yeah. I highly recommend that.
Definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, I gotta respect Radcliffe. I think he's doing good work. So
for sure.
He was great in this movie.
Yeah.
As a dead person for most of it, I mean, he didn't. He had that one eye that was kind of like closed most of the time. I couldn't believe it. I wish I saw outtakes. I don't know how he got through it.
Yeah, that must have been really rough for him to film, laying in the dirt 90% of the time.
Put a cane down his throat and it shoots out. How do you even film that?
He had to go to circus school to learn how to swallow swords and stuff. It's crazy. I gotta respect it. He's like Tom Cruise. He does all of his own stunts.
You'd say that, but he probably did. He probably did, because he's that crazy.
All right, Chrome, what's your score, man?
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Just
God.
Because I was so bored during the...
Unbelievable.
I think it was...
Is that Shallow Hal level right there?
You know what? Let me bump it up to 5, okay? I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. The middle was just too drawn out for me. I get what they were trying to do. Just for me, personally, I wasn't, glued to my screen. I was actually, I don't know. I was just a little bit... I got bored. And
large chunks that you can't recall. I get it.
No, I didn't skip that whole part. I promise.
2.5.
I watched every
3,
terrible
8.
moment of that middle part where he's trying to fall in love with someone who doesn't even know he fucking exists, as he stalks them from the fucking side of the highway.
Yeah, like a true creep.
Yeah, he is a terrible person.
He's troubled. Come on.
I know.
He's troubled.
I'm just saying he probably shouldn't have lived on the side of the highway in a fake bus in a cave eating popcorn uncooked.
That was a good scene. Slowly spinning it back out into the bag. What a scene.
But yeah, it just didn't wow me. But I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts because obviously you guys love this movie.
Trumos, what do you think?
I was gonna give it a 6.5, 7. I just love the out of the box, just crazy. It's one of those movies where, like I said, you sit down and you finish. And I remember looking at Skies the first time I watched it, and I'm just like, that was incredible because of how different. I've never seen a story like that, and it was completely what you expected to be from the trailer, and it didn't let up. Yeah, they had some sweet little story in it. I didn't care. I liked him, farting the fire on and, clapping his hands together. Like, that shit was just so original to me. It was just so crazy. So I would give it probably close to a 7. Fuck, I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
I thought it was well acted, well shot. The story's completely crazy. Different from anything you'll see. Unless it's, like you said, a stupid superhero movie that does all that nonsense.
Yeah.
So, I just thought it was so original. And I loved it. So 7.
Nice.
That's mine.
Nice. I'd go 7.
Shred?
I'd go 7.5. I was thinking an 8, but 8s are more like movies that I want to come back to on a regular basis. This one, I wouldn't mind watching again down the road.
Right, but you're not firing it up like, oh, you know what we need to see? Swiss Army Man. You're not really firing it up out of nowhere.
No. Great acting. Cinematography is great. I just think the way everything was presented was just the dreamlike presentation worked. Made it interesting to watch. I wasn't bored through any part of it, to be honest. It did linger on a bit with, Dano dressing up as Sarah. Those sections. I can't say I was bored through any of it, but I was okay with it when they were done. Yeah, I like the inclusion of music. I like the
I didn't like that. I didn't like that either. I did not like the musical aspect to it.
Really? I did.
No.
It just made it more
a nice aspect to it.
It made it more dreamlike to me. Like when you're dreaming and making stuff up and you have this psychosis or whatever, like it doesn't have to make sense, you know. No, I thought it was great. I like the Jurassic Park reference that came up a few times.
I did enjoy that part, the Jurassic Park.
If you don't,
when they came over the hill and they saw her in the window and Daniel Radcliffe's holding him singing the Jurassic Park theme song, it's amazing. How did you not laugh at that?
At that point, I was just like, can this movie end?
If you don't know Jurassic Park, you don't know shit. I like that line.
That was great.
Yeah, that is true.
Now I want to watch Jurassic Park.
You're not lying.
Which is easily a 9. Easily a 9. Maybe a 10.
Oh, Jurassic Park is a 9 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah, it's Swiss Army Man. Good flick. Good recommendation. I would recommend people watch it. I wouldn't recommend everybody. Like, I wouldn't go to my parents and say, hey, you got to watch this.
Childish. My mom would look at it like it's childish and this is ridiculous. Why would I watch some schlop like that?
Yeah.
So, but
now, it treads the line between juvenile fart humor and like artistic. It's
It's very close though. Sometimes those farts last too long.
Yeah, I could have done less.
All the farts were his own farts.
Yeah.
He was ashamed of his own farts.
Because his dad, man.
That's true. Oh man. Jesus. All right. Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. There's the Trumos episode. It's done.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the invite.
Hey.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure.
We
literally talk about you every episode anyway.
Now I'm finally here. Now I'm done. I'm never going to listen again. Thank you guys. I'm going to send hateful emails. That's it.
All right. That's fine. As long as you're acknowledging us in some way.
Absolutely.
Well, we should have you on when Marco is with us sometime.
Oh my God, we'll never get through the fucking podcast. We'll just sit there and just bullshit.
It'd be 2-3 hours probably, but
for sure. I'll have to send the kids and the wife out.
Oh.
Can't have them banging on the glass. It'll cost me anyway. This is gonna cost me. I'm gonna have to take the kids out to the playground or some shit after this. It's gonna be a long day.
Get them some ice cream.
Oh, you know what? That's a great fucking idea.
There you go. Solving problems. All right.
Even live.
You can find me on Twitch. What's our name? Shredface and Nero. Yeah, stream with my girlfriend Nicole. We have a good time. Brian, where can we find you?
From that underscore everywhere.
Everywhere.
But I only do Twitch now.
But go
I'm
everywhere.
slacking. I'm
Go to
slacking
everything
on
and
YouTube,
follow.
TikTok.
Trumos, do you want to do a shout out for yourself?
Woo! Come not watch me stream at Trumos_.
Yeah.
Underscore brethren.
That's it. We couldn't get our original name, so we're gonna have to buy it off somebody eventually.
I sent a message to that guy. He never fucking answered me.
I wouldn't even bother. Just every few months, Crumb, go there and try to change your name to Crumb without the underscore. Eventually, it's gonna work.
Yeah. Or just
get rid of it so bad.
how many times a year can you change your name on Twitch?
I think once every 6 months or something.
So every 6 months, get in there and put one more underscore on, and just let them build up. See how many you can put on there. Fuck that guy.
I
like
Embrace the
200.
underscores.
Crumb 8 underscores.
That's great for discoverability.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, email us at fngameguys@gmail.com. Watch us here on YouTube, like and subscribe, yada yada. I do need to get back to uploading to Spotify the audio versions of this, but we do have like 18 episodes or so available right now for your listening pleasure. So Marco should be back next episode with Jennifer's buddy, and Trumos will have you back sometime, hopefully.
I appreciate it again, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great week.
See you.
Peace.